Michael's my only sibling. He's 6 years older than me, so my big brother. We fought typical brother-sister relationship. As I got older, we became a lot closer, better friends, close friends.
Bob and Christine, from the beginning, took Mike on as a friend and as a cohort.
My mom would try to, didn't want him to try things, didn't want him to go out and do some things, and I'd have to say...
She almost wanted him to, but
she did,
was
but there was a
afraid.
part of her that was afraid, right? Just like I think it's natural for any parent. But then I had to be the other side and push and say, no, he's got to try these things. Let him go, let him do it. It's what he wants to do, and he should be allowed to do what he wants to do.
It's just nice to have somebody in back of you if you really need help.
Christine would take Mike to art museums around the country just to feed what it was that he wanted to find out about the world. One of the major ways that Bob and Christine have helped him develop his status as an artist is Bob has a photography business of his own called Daylight Photography, and he actually job carved a position at his company for Mike to work at, and Mike works there every Wednesday. And also Bob and Mike did a collaborative art show through Thunder Sky a couple of years back, so that's really cool to see both of their art together in one show.
I do like collaborating because some other people's ideas often just build upon your initial ideas and take it in a direction that you could never imagine, and I think Mike and I, we work well together. It's fun.
He's fun, whatever he does with you. Work, play, whatever.
Yeah.
Everyday stuff.
Bob makes me a better artist because he is an artist, and I think he just wants to get involved with other artists like me.
They have supported Mike thoroughly. So the home where he lives right now, it belonged to their grandmother. And when they were all much younger, and I'm not exactly sure how young, when they were all much younger, and Bob and Christine and Mike lived there as roommates for the longest time. Now eventually Bob and Christine bought their own property and moved out, but they had actually trained Mike in all of his independent living skills right there in that home where he's living now.
I don't know if I should stay here by myself, and I think Bob and Chris said, why don't you try it? Then my mom said, you got a house and you want to live on your own. Give it a try.
It was a great transition because we knew that one day he was going to live in this house on his own.
As Martha gave up certain items of her supports for Mike, Christine was right there to take over, and that was amazing of her, but that couldn't have been easy.
At that time, she was getting sick and Alzheimer's and in hospitals and whatever.
It was a little scary when my mom died because I realized that it was just me. Well, I have you and Dad too, but it's a big responsibility. And I told my mom that I'd be there for him for the rest of his life.